So you need your note sheet from the last 2 days. We're finishing it today. So before we get started, are there questions over the homework? Questions over 1-1 or 2-1 or 2-2? Yeah. Valeska, I do have your 2-2. I do have 2-1 and 2-2. All right, guys. So what we've done the last 2 days is we've gone from the given information, the vertex focus, vertex directrix. All right, guys. Vertex focus, vertex directrix, and we got the equation. We went from the given information to the equation. Now, for these last few, they gave us the equation. We want to find the vertex, focus, directrix, and axis of symmetry. We're going the other way around. Now, one of the nice things with this here, it gave us the equation y equals 1/8 x minus 3 squared plus 2, which this means it's matching up to our y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. Because there's only one of two equations, either y equals or x equals. So we have this here. Now the equation will give us the value of a, h, and k. We'll just have to find p in a minute. Because what we're wanting to use this to find is the vertex, which is our point h comma k. Our focus, which again, if we look at the general form, is h comma k plus p. Well, I want to put it over here. K plus p. Our directrix, y equals. General form is y is equal to k minus p. And lastly is the axis of symmetry. X is equal to. Now we have all this here. Now again, I wrote the general form out next to it. Vertex h is comma k. Focus h comma k plus p. Directrix y equals k minus p. Axis of symmetry x equals h. Well, just from the equation, we can get the value of h and k. So what was h going to be?
3.
Just 3, because we have x minus 3, x minus h, so h is 3. K is 2. Questions on how we found h and k? We're good? So let's just plug that in. So vertex h comma k, so vertex would be 3, 2. Focus h comma k plus p. Well, h is 3. We haven't found p yet. We'll come back to it. Because once we find p, we can get that there. Directrix, y equals k minus p. We haven't found p yet, so we'll get back to that. And last one, axis of symmetry, x is equal to 3. So really, with this here, we found the h and k. We have almost everything. We're just missing our p value. Because once we find p, then we can find the rest of this here. Now a is 1/8. Now p is equal to 1 over 4 times a. So for us here, it's 1 over 4 times 1/8. Well, we can plug that in. Throw it out. 1 over 4 times is 2. So that means the value of p is 2. Okay, now we can finish this out. Because for the focus, we have k plus p. So K is 2, plus P is 2, 2 plus 2 is 4. So the focus is the point 3, 4. Direct 6, K minus P would be 2 minus 2, which is that's it. Questions on this here? Because really all we need to do is find A, H, well, P, H, and K. And once we have those, we plug them into the general form and we're done. We ready for the next one? Let's go on and find A, H, and K. All right, guys. Focus in. A for us is negative 1/4. H, negative 2, and K is 1. Now, I'm not expecting y'all to write it out every single time, but I would be making sure to refer back to the general forms. So if it helps you to write our H comma K, H comma K plus P, Y equals K minus P, X equals H next to it, write it. If not, that's fine, but I would still be referring back to the general form every time of what we're plugging in where. Because even if we plug it in as what we have now, vertex, negative 2, 1. Focus, negative 2. Direct 6, we don't have P yet, but we can fill in the axis of symmetry. P is equal to 1 over 4 A. 1 over 4 times negative 1/4. Now at this point here, we can plug this into the calculator. 1 over 4 times negative 1/4, which is so our value P is negative 1. Questions on this here? Now, if we do this here, our value P, K plus P, our value of K is 1. P is negative 1. Our 1 plus negative 1 is 0. So our focus is going to be the point, negative 2, 0. K minus P. Well, that's going to be 1 minus negative 1. Well, our negative negative makes a plus. So y equals 2. That's it. Questions on any of this here? We ready for the next one? So again, with any of these here, with finding these different points, we need the values of A, H, and K. A is H, 1. A is 3. We have to be careful with what x equals because h and k are in different spots. H is now outside the parentheses, k is inside. Really, that's the only big trick between the one and the other, is just making sure we know which one's h and which one is k. Now our focus is a little bit different because for this here x equals, the focus is h plus p comma k. Directrix is now x equals, because it's our x is equals to h minus p. And lastly, the axis of symmetry is y equals k. Now again, like we've had up to this point, we can plug in our h and k values. Vertex is h comma k, 1 comma 3. Focus, the k value stays the same. Our axis of symmetry is y is equal to k. So really, we found everything but 2 spots. And to find those last 2 spots, we just need to find the value of p, or essentially we end up, even if we mix that up, either one of the forms, a is 1 over 4p, p is 1 over 4a, 1 over 4 times that amount. One over 4 times 1/16 is 4. So h plus p, well, our h value is 1. So 1 plus 4 is 5. So our focus is the point, 5, 3. H minus p. Now we have 1 minus 4, which is negative 3. Questions on this here? We feel comfortable with this here. Do we think finding the vertex, directrix, focus, and axis symmetry is a little bit easier than finding the equation? Yeah. We're going to do one more, but I want to skip 44 and go to 45. Not because I have anything against 44. I want to do just one more where we have x equals. We've done 2 with y. Let's do 2 with x. AHK, well, A is negative 3. H is 2. K is negative 4. Well, there's nothing that says that we can't go on and just find P at this point, because we normally just list it out to see what we get just from H and K. We can go on and find P. 1 over 4 times negative 3 is negative 1/12. Vertex, H comma K, so here it would be 2 comma negative 4. Focus, here it's going to be H plus P comma K. Well, our K value is negative 4. The H plus P would be 2 plus what? Negative 1 over 12. We can let the calculator do that for us, and it's 23/12. Direct 6. X equals our h minus p. For us here, it'd be 2 minus negative 1/12. We could type that in, yes. Because if I do 2 minus negative 1/12, we get 25/12. If I do 2 plus 1/12, we still get the same thing, the negative negative. If we fix it before we plug it in to a plus, or we leave it, it will give us the same answer. Calculator doesn't care if we have the minus negative. It understands that to be plus. And lastly, axis symmetry. So y equals k. Y equals negative 4. Questions on this here? Questions on anything we've done? So that is the end of 2.31. I will give you the rest of the class time to work on that assignment, those 8 problems. So the first 4 is what we did today. The last 4 is finding the equation. Tomorrow, we'll either start or finish it. We'll just see how far we get through it. 2, 3, 2. There's one big difference between 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3, 2. The vertex for 2, 3, 2 is 0, 0. Vertex will be at the origin. That is the only difference. So h and k for all of 2, 3, 2 are both 0. That is the only difference. Again, it seems like it'd be easier to start there. Classes that find it easier if we start away from the origin and then move back to the origin, because it makes it a lot easier.